We gon' pop a couple. While they poppin' paparazzi pictures. I got my in the back and my bros in the front.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Miami Dolphins. In the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in week 4. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. This defense for the Dolphins, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go.
Now McCarthy. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 45-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 34. They'll go again with Gibbs. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone, 1st down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Gibbs straight ahead. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation. Looking to throw McCarthy. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
24-yard attempt.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have the kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Go ahead.
On play action, they'll throw. Complete to Wayne. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On the ground, this is Devon Achane. There he goes, right side. Inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point hung the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Joshua Hardy to kick off.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Another run for Gibbs here. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 61 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. Down the right sideline. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions are able to move back in front. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown, and their last time out looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 6. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Here comes 3rd down and 7.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Four receivers in the package. Here's 3rd and 7. Tua sets up to pass it. He'll try to do this himself. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Tua to his Alabama teammate Waddle. First down, Miami. Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. The Dolphins at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From midfield, here's Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And hang on here. We got an injured player, and that is QB Tua Tagovailoa, who's in need of some assistance. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
Okay,
and this should
ready?
be the final play before the quarter ends.
70 Lions. Mustang 19. 18 Pioneer. Ready?
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Bronco 80.
Looking to throw. Landry. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. (10-7) our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. To the air with McCarthy. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
The drive starts with a run from Achane. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Here we go.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15.
Taken down back at the 15-yard line.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play there for Miami. 56 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Landry. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
They'll run for it with Achane. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Looking to throw. Landry. Open man is Waddle complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again. For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Achane is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Operating from the gun, Landry. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Devon Achane with career touchdown number 128. He's now tied with Marvin Harrison for number 9 on the all-time list. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. 14. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. 3rd and 4. Throwing is McCarthy. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front, or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing and then throw in the ball.
Let's see if they can disrupt it here. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Cougar 19.
Operating from the gun, Landry. He'll dump this off to Achane. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
Second and a yard at the 45-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Get it. Buffalo Cougar 19.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Buffalo 80.
They'll go. Achane. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
Dolphins, first down.
Operating from the gun. Landry. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
On the ready. Ready. Panther 60. Panther 60. Go.
Back to throw. Landry. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
From the gun on 3rd down, Landry. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Shot work. Let's go.
Achane. He is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. One more time with Achane. He's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
I'm getting paid, talking rap on that
Here's 2nd and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Achane gets it from the gun. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Get it. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready.
Looking to throw. Landry. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
70 Timberwolves.
1st and 10 at the 38.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Here we go. Set. Go.
Running right, here's Achane. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Now Will Anderson gets to him for the tackle.
2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
Ready. Catherine. 70 Timberwolves.
2nd and 6. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Go. Rocco 80. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Landry. He's going to let it go again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Lions are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep, and on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the shotgun, McCarthy. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
That's exactly what they were aiming for defensively. A huge early play that cuts off any opposing momentum at the knees. As soon as that snap was made, they were flying to the ball and through the line. Great call from the coaching staff and even better execution.
Fielded at the 20. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Hey, kick, ready.
Throwing to start the drive. Landry. He's across midfield. And down to the 27-yard line. The big gainer there on the catch and run. 37 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Back to throw. Landry. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. And between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Unlock Lions! Unlock Lions! Pass! Let go!
They'll run. A-Chan. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Now a run here off the... And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. It's their quarterback with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys are able to extend their lead. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2.
Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. That pass caught. It's Williams. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
A gain of 22 yards. 1st down, Detroit.
Here's McCarthy. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 and enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. It's complete to Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Sticking with a pass, here's McCarthy. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, go.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Now McCarthy. Now nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you could argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still got to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Come on, set.
2nd and 14. Throwing middle, and it's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go.
Now still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this?
Yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the time, one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Okay, ready?
This offense on third down today, they've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Bronco 80.
Operating from the gun. Landry. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say they were caught off guard a little bit when they decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go, set. Cowboy 80. Warrior 17.
McCarthy operating from the gun. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
McCarthy's pass intercepted. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Ready?
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down. Landry finding Waddle crossing the field and bringing it in. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, You're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Looking to throw McCarthy. This one is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. This is fourth down. Going for it. Here's McCarthy. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a toss right side. Achane with it. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 17-yard line.
60 Bobcat, 60 Eagle.
That one looks like he'll throw here. This one thrown underneath to Achane. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Looking to throw. Landry. He'll try to do this himself. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Right. He is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and it was their defense.